Hey guys, Steve Welch here, sitting in front of a Lexus 500H. Going to show you the Fitcam install on this vehicle. So obviously, you know, I've done several on Toyotas. Going to show you, works just as easy on a Lexus. Going to show you how to do it now. So once again, we'll show you the unboxing. Very easy to do here. I've already got the little tabs, the little tab that's back here. I've already, you know, cut that so that it's very easy to get this out. You just kind of let the box fall, of course. Then you're going to have, oddly enough, dash cam and accessories. So some people might think that that's for just kind of a filler. It's not. It has a reason. So we're going to pull this out. Now these inner boxes are a little bit flimsy, but the outer box is solid, right? You're going to notice you do have your user manual with the way to actually connect to the App Store. They have the Fitcam app. You're going to want that. Then they also have a support card just in case you guys need some support to be able to do it. But what we're going to do is I'm going to open this up. We're gonna look on the inside. Now this one has the back facing camera, right? So the rear facing camera. So we'll figure out how we want to route that here, but I'll give you a little bit of information on that, of course. But we're gonna kind of go through and pull the bubble wrap off. You can pop that later if you need a little fix. Pull out the little fun part here. And then what you're gonna see is you got your camera up here. It looks exactly like what the old one looks like up here. So what I do want to always point out is that right here you do have this card. Now this is a 64 gig card, so they do give you that particular card in there. You can pull that out if you want to, and then you've got the power button on the left and then your snapshot button on the right. The other thing I'm going to do is I like to pop this off pretty early. You're going to see how this goes in here, right? So that you can pop these off. The reason you do that is because you're going to have to. So might as well just go ahead and do it now. There, not too difficult. Now what you'll notice is that this one, unlike a couple of the other ones I've showed you, I have two cords on this. Like I said, one is going to be for the rear camera, one is going to be for the main power. If you're wondering which one, they give you a label. So that makes it really easy to do that. The other thing, just in case I forget to tell you later, always make sure that you remove that blue. I'm going to leave it on there now for protection purposes, but you do have that there. And then I'm going to show you in the accessories box. I'm going to kind of pull this down. What you're going to notice is a couple of things. So this right here is that you can plug it into a computer and read your SD card. Really great thing to be able to do, right? And then you have the little insert. This is for inserting the cord into tight spots in case you need to, especially on the rear. But this is what plugs into your power right here. And then this actually piggybacks. I'm going to show you how this installs later, but that actually piggybacks, and that's how you get the power to your camera, and your camera will be on anytime your vehicle's on. So that's definitely what you'd want, right? So you don't have to worry about turning it on. Somebody else can't turn it off. Like if you take it somewhere and they're going, oh, I don't want the camera recording me. Good luck. You're not going to take it off without taking it out. So that's a really good thing to know. But there you guys go. Going to show you the install right now. Okay, so we're in the vehicle now here. So what you're going to see is I'm going to turn this down here a little bit. This is the easiest kind of way to do it. You just want to kind of, if you can, pull it out of your way here a little bit for you. But you have this tab up here that you're going to need to take off. And then both of these, you just put your thumbs on it on either side here, and you'll be able to push it down. Now this one has a windshield tint on it. So since you have a windshield tint, you want to be really careful when you come down because there's a little gap here, but you also don't want to damage your window tint here. So we're going to do that here real quick. Check it out. I'm going to take the blue thing here and I'm going to give this a pop. So now if I do this right, I can keep this blue thing right here, right? So I'm going to keep that there. So when I come out, I'm going to stay off of this tint here, right? I'm going to give this a little push. Okay? And you saw me pop out there. I'm still going to try to make over here because I'm just trying to maintain this tint. So I've got the right side pushed down and there's the left side. Now that's pushed down as well. And there we go. So I've got it released. And you got the back one. Got the back one here. You got everything released. I got the little piece here. I'm going to save that. I'll show you why here in a second. So what you want to notice here is you have these two little clips, right? If you look on the new one, you're going to notice it's set up the exact same way, except no clips. So there's a good reason for that. You're supposed to use the clips off of your old one here. So this can be a little bit fun, but you got, you know, get your nail in here. You got to push down and up at the same time and don't lose them, and you know, all the fun stuff. I'll get you a view on me doing it here. If you can push it down and up all at the same time, it'll slide right off. You don't have anything to worry about. There you go. You'll see it pops right off. Be careful not to drop it, of course. But there's your little clip. We're going to take that little clip, and then it doesn't matter which side. I don't know why, but my brain always tells me to go to the same side it came off of. But you know, it doesn't matter which side, they're the same clip. But you just push that on, it'll just clip on there, and then you do your other one. Do the exact same thing we did before. You can see it there. Throw that on there, and then you've got both of them that are on there. And both of them are on there, ready to roll. Very, very easy. So the other thing I wanted to point out is that if you see this one, so different mirrors have different, so I did want to point out that your mirrors are kind of different here. And if you look at them, you'll see that there's two different mirrors you can have, right? And if you have the mirror that's not the digital review mirror, this would be the proper one for just a regular mirror. This one's the proper one if you have the digital review mirror. So what a lot of times I like to do is, if I can, I'll use the old one instead of using the new one. So it saves me from having to cut out that little piece there. Now the next thing you're going to look for is you're going to look for this right up here. So you can kind of take a look. You have that little connector that's right there. That connector is what is going to be replaced by this right here. So if you kind of take a look, you can see what's plugging into what. This plugs into that connector. That plugs in up top. So there's just a little clip on there. Once you take that little clip, you just wiggle it a little bit and it'll come right out. Right, and if you want to, you can kind of see how that looks there. It looks exactly the same as that one, except it's different color, of course. But then all you need to do is plug this one into the same outlet port, and then you're going to plug this in here. And that's probably the hardest part of this install, is tucking this. So once you get this plugged in, so you need to tuck it so that it'll hide behind that little plate. So plug this in. So now we're plugged in here, and then always want to make sure that this is going to be available, because you're going to need it, right? And then we'll just kind of usually you'll have to readjust this a few times to kind of get it in the exact right spot, but it'll probably tuck pretty good right there. Next thing we're going to do is hook up the camera. So we're going to hook up the camera right into there from this connector. If you spin it, you'll find the exact spot that it needs to be, because it'll only go in one way. Give it a push, it's snapped there. So you give it a push there. Next thing we're going to do is actually pretty easy. We want to run this out. So we're going to run this cable out here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to have all this tucked up here. Well, like I said, we'll figure out the way to do it. It'll usually take a little bit of hit and miss, but you can tuck the black one up here too. And try to make sure you don't have any wires hanging out. And we're going to kind of get it to where it'll line up for us here. Once again, make sure you don't have the wires hanging out. And you make sure everything lines back up. Now on this Lexus, I noticed that it tucks up here. So I kind of want to have this up here before I put the final together, so I don't have to undo it. There we go. And we're in. So like I said, we've got the cord running out over here, which, you know, just depending on how you want to run this, you can have it in different spots. Most people try to run it up through the headliner here. So next thing we do is we run the cord for the back. Now there's a lot of things that you can do, and I'm not sure how this particular person is going to want this ran, but you can see all the fun stuff. Now I do like to usually turn the power on at this point, and if we turn the power on, get to accessory mode here, we'll make sure that we got blue lights up here, and we do. So power is on, so that is good. So we can always go to the next step. Now what you'll notice with the back camera is you have the camera here, you also have this, it's plugged in, so it'll come with the little plug-in, so you can actually unplug just the camera part. So as you're routing it, you're only routing this cable, which is exactly what I would suggest doing. I don't suggest trying to keep the camera on there, but you will notice, and by the way, I'm going to go ahead and pull this blue off right here real quick before I forget, because that makes for a fun little look when you're looking through there. Blue's off. Got a twist tie on this. Got plenty of cord here. I'm not sure exactly how much it is, but it should be enough. Now I will tell you, make sure that you run the right cord to the back. If you run the wrong cord to the back and you got to undo it, you're probably not going to be happy with yourself, because there's two different connections, and there's one to one and one to the other. So if you try to, it's not going to work if you try to do it the wrong way there, right? So easy way to make sure you don't do it wrong: plug it in the front, and then you can obviously unravel it and kind of do whatever you want to there. I don't know why it is about me with cords, but I tend to not be able to unravel cords without making a bird's nest for some reason. But it's we'll figure it out. It wasn't that bad. So like I said, if we're going to start routing it, then, you know, I always, you know, like to route it up here. Just kind of get it above the and then personally I like to run it down by the door sill. Now I like to kind of stuff it back here. Now you can ride it however you want to, however you see fit. If you see a better way to do it in your car, do it better. I mean, that's, you know, don't be afraid to use your tool too. That's going to help you to get this tucked. It just depends on how far back we got to go. I have had before where I had somebody that tucked it the way that I like to tuck it. We had to get an extension cord, so that could happen. Who knows? We'll see. Now running it all the way back here, we see we run to here. I've got a little bit more cord that's left with the backup camera here, or the reverse look camera here. It's not technically a backup camera. So I want you to notice too, when you're installing this, you got the up, right? So make sure you don't flip it. You want to go with up, and this is peel and stick. So depending on if you got enough room or not, usually what you'll try to do is put it up to the window in a way that where you can see out the window, and still it will allow you to get it up there. So that's kind of the idea. This one's got a tonneau cover, so you probably would want to go around this tonneau cover to try to get up there. There's a few ways to do it. Stay clear of the seat belts, so you don't want to have to worry about a seat belt there. But I'm going to try to see if I can't get this one to the exact right spot. Next thing that I'll do on this one is I'm going to peel and stick this, making sure that this is up. So, and then watch your lines here. That you don't want to have like one of those lines right in the middle. So peel and stick it, kind of get it over here. It'll be out of your way. You'll be good to go. You can also, if you need to, turn it around. So if you're doing it in front and you want to have like a view on your cabin, it'll work for that too. But just make sure you always look for this side up, and that's the side that you keep up. So there you guys go. Hopefully it showed you. You guys have asked before about a install on the reverse, the rear looking camera as well. But the Fitcam, it's about a 30-minute install. It's just really what it is. I've had my camera running non-stop the entire time, even times where you struggle a little bit in places. It's the nature of the beast. You're trying to fit some things in some tight spots, but I've had my camera running the entire time, and it's at exactly 30 minutes. So that's literally through any little struggles, anything like that that you tend to have. The video will probably be about 15 minutes, but you know, I'll cut out some of the just finagling stuff, putting it around. But Steve Welch here. Definitely check out the link in the description if you're looking for one. Those guys at Fitcam have been amazing. We had a little bit of an ice storm here, so it took me a while to get this video for them. So I appreciate them just so much out there. So you guys have a great day. Definitely give this company a look. It's a really good product. So I really believe in it, and I've put it onto several cars. So Steve Welch here. You guys have a great day. Bye.